Look at that guy. You'd think this car was tall because you could see him. You'd be wrong, man. It's a Ford Flex. It's like we're working on a giant F-150.
Kind of. Smaller.
Let's go over there and see what Fernando's up to. What are you up to, Fernando?
Just praying over here.
Praying over here on the altar of
Beautiful door.
Beautiful doors.
Yeah. Make sure don't cut my fingers and.
Yeah. Hello from Lake City. Hello from Michigan.
Michigan. Hey.
You need a new blade?
I need a new blade.
I'll get you a new blade. Hang on. Just grab him a new blade. Alpha. And there goes all the blades. Ah, they fell into the bottom of my toolbox.
Oh no.
Got it? Alright, there you go.
Ah! Dude!
Oh, you'll live. You'll live. So we have a flex that we're working on today.
Mm-hmm.
We're putting in a ton of his equipment. Good day from Ohio. Blades down. Blades down. You know, I better move those before I forget, because we'll be looking for them later and I'll be digging through my drawer. Oh yeah. I'm gonna try to grab these without slicing my fingers off. Alright, so we got them. Oh. Alright, I'll put them back in their little case later. What do you think about JBL Stadium 4 amps? Honestly, I really haven't had a chance to look at the JBL stuff since last year when we were kind of doing some things with them. And so I've forgotten pretty much everything I know about them at the moment. Sunny in Phoenix.
Sunny in Phoenix.
We'll be in Mesa in 2 months.
Tempe.
No, we'll be Mesa at the Mesa Convention. Yeah, it's Mesa Convention Center.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So pretend like you know. Good afternoon, Dean and Fernando. Have you guys made a video on ground loop and fixing them? I've tried looking the other day and didn't find one. No, I honestly don't think we ever have. Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, most of the time we don't have, most of the time, pretty much 99% of the time we don't have those issues, but no, next time we do, we'll definitely talk about what we did to fix it. Anything yet for a 20 Telluride for aftermarket configs? None that I have seen. No. Dang, look at that Warhorse. Yeah, it's right there.
Look at the Warhorse.
There is the Warhorse. Ooh, yeah. We moved it. It used to be over here, and now it's over there. How about that show last night, Fernando?
Ooh, love the show. Man.
Wasn't that was a tough one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
It was tough.
Coming from 2 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks not doing a show and everything, changing the setup.
And not liking the setup.
Yeah. That's like definitely.
Yeah, that was rough last night. Since I'm running audio control DM810, do I have to use the external crossover that came with the tweeters? If the tweeters are going to be on their own dedicated channel of an amplifier, then no. If the tweeters are going to be paired up with another speaker, such as let's say a 6.5 and a tweeter, then yes. Because the crossover in the unit, though we'll do just tweeter, if it's not just a tweeter on there, you're still going to need it, because basically at that point what the DM810 would be doing is acting as a bottom for the mid-range. The passive crossover for the 6.5 will provide the top for the mid-range and a bottom for the tweeter. If it's just a tweeter on channels 1 and 2 and nothing else, then yes, you're perfectly capable of using whatever channel configs you want out of your DM810. Set them to the crossover points of the tweeter. Usually that's going to be FS times 2 at 24 dB, depending on the tweeter. Because obviously some tweeters, they want you to multiply by 4. The higher you go, the more abusive you can be, because you're limiting, granted, your gain structure is set up properly. You're limiting the movement of the tweeter. You can be a little bit meaner to it. But don't be mean to your tweeters. They didn't do anything to you. If it's a Focal, it's always 5,000. I'd love to come meet you there. We're going to be at the Mesa Convention Center. We get there Sunday. I don't know what day in March yet, but we'll be there all day. If you're in the area and you want to stop by.
It's going to be the 6th to the 9th.
Is it the 6th through the 9th? It's 6th through the 8th. We leave on the 8th. 9th is the following. We're gone by then. Because it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We leave Wednesday.
Okay.
Because the show ends at like 3. So we fly out at like 3:30. But we get there Sunday. So there's a chance. There's a chance you could stop by and say hi. We're at some god-awful expensive hotel next to the Mesa Convention Center. It sounds like a good time. I can't wait. Cold over here in Chicago. You know, it was absolutely beautiful here this morning. We both came in with hoodies on. We were talking about how nice it was.
Yeah.
And right now it's probably 78, 79, and it sucks. Because I'm working back here in the back of this car. So I said we're doing a Ford Flex. Let's take a look. So this is the Ford Flex. The back here is apart. I have this off. This was the first box that didn't fit. We didn't build it. We're getting the box that fits now made. So I'm back here right now adding in the sound treatment. This stuff. He has this kill mat that he brought. Smells bad. Anyways, Fernando's using Stinger in the doors. I'm using this on all the other parts. So I got this all done here. The spare tire is done. After I get off the show, I'm going to finish this right here. He's already done the front 2 doors. The tweeters are in. We put rear tweeters in. Let me show you those. Hold on. So he's going with 2 sets of, he has 2 sets of kicker components. So the kicker tweeter, this is a laser panel we made to go back here. So it is back here, sitting here. The other one is there. We found out these 2 are mono. So we're going to run a wire to this because the factory Sony amplifier was right here. And what's going to go there, now that we're taking out the Sony amplifier because we're putting in a new head unit using the MFT1 kit, is the 4 crossovers. So those crossovers are going to get mounted into this bracket right here, which I'm sure Fernando will have an awesome picture up on his Facebook or Instagram page at some point. So those will get mounted here. And because those 2 speakers were mono, we'll just run 1 wire up to the passenger side one. Nice 3-foot run. Be cool. Get all that done. So we'll make a bracket to mount these. And the cool thing about it is somewhere around here, over here, is the plug. So this will actually plug into the Sony amp, and it'll just be more or less plug and play into the car, which is really nice, pretty cool. This is the tailgate panel here. That's all matted up, and then double-sided carpet tape to put this back on. So there's just a bunch of runs of double-sided carpet tape that are here. See, it's sticking. And then I can put this cotton back on there so that it keeps all of the sound and vibration, because you're going to have a 15 pounding into this. And then the port for the 15 is going to be smacking into this panel here. Port's going to sit about here. So on the back side of this panel, this is a heavy panel. Needless to say, on the back side of this panel, it's all done up as well. So that has that stuff on. He's got an excess power battery to go up underneath the hood. He's just replacing that. Alpine ILX 407 for the radio, like I said. So that's going on. One thing that Fernando had me do was down here in the bottom of the door, it normally says flex. So we took the flex out and we put kicker logos into the bottom of the door.
That looks great.
That did turn out nice. Good idea on your part. And then right here where it says Sony, we put a kicker logo to cover the Sony. I haven't taken the radio out yet. This will be where the new radio is going to go. And of course, because it's an MFT1 kit, all these buttons are still going to do something, which is really cool. Go iData. So, but we haven't got to that. We'll show you that probably tomorrow or the day after. What do you think about running sound digital amps for car stereo? I think it's great. We have, if you go into the Car Stereo Labs YouTube collection, whatever that playlist. We put the 404. Is it the 404?
Yeah.
Or is it the 404 and the 801 into Fernando's car to test out. He had them in there for about 6 months.
Oh, that was great.
And they're so cute, and they took up almost no room.
No?
We never got around to it, but we also have the 1204 and the 1201 or 2 that we were supposed to upgrade to, but we never got around to it. Hopefully we'll get to it this year.
Correct.
So I'm really looking forward to that. But they're cute and small, and yeah. The one thing I would tell you about anytime you're going to do sound digital, it's the gain control that you have to pay attention to. Because it's not really a gain control, it's a volume knob. So keep those things as low as you possibly can, because obviously the amplifier will love you for it, and it'll reduce any chance of, like any other amplifier, noise that it doesn't want, or overheating or anything like that. Gains on all amplifiers are crucial. Keep them as low as possible, people. What show in Mesa? That is going to be the Mobile Solutions Master Tech Expo. It's a paid for event. Anyone can go as long as you can pay for it.
Yeah.
My tweeter crossover points say 3,500. That's going to be 3,500 at 24 dB. You're all set. So you just type in 3.5 in the audio control, and that'll put a K there, and you'll be rocking and rolling. What's up, Bobby?
What's up, Bobby?
Any product out there where you can mirror your iPhone to a Honda stock stereo monitor? Ridgeline. While you're in park. Yeah, I get it. Off the top of my head, where I would start, and that's all I can do is provide you some place where you can start, is ZZ2. That's like ZZ Top, but ZZ2. ZZ2 makes a bunch of add-on interfaces for like backup cameras and stuff like that, which also, wink wink, can allow you to do video into the monitor. So via HDMI and sometimes stream. Some cars. So I would check there first. You can give them a call. They're on the internets. I have a 2021 Charger. I installed a line output converter from PAC, and when I plug power to the battery, I get the subwoofer bouncing when car is off. What would that be? Vehicle does not have ANC. What you're getting is a signal ground loop. It's really common with those. You have two choices. Get a better high-level to low-level adapter, which is usually the easiest thing to do, something like an LCQ1 from Audio Control.
LC1i?
Thank you. I always get that wrong. Just shouldn't put the same number in anything. You should call it like an LC1 or 0.5 or 1.5, something other than 1. Anyways, pick up one of those, or it's a ground loop problem. It's a signal, and if you remove the ground from the equation, it'll stop. To do that, you'd plug in a, what is that ground loop isolator from PAC called? LC1? LC. God, I don't know. We haven't used it in so long, but it's a ground loop problem. Personally, I just get a better high level to low level adapter, but PAC makes a ground loop isolator. If you plug that in, that'll stop the problem from happening because you've removed the ground from the signal input, and it'll stop doing that. The only problem is if you're using like the 7 that has the signal sense on through that, then that would stop that, so it gets really confusing at that point. The other question I'd have is, what kind of amplifier do you have? Your amplifier may have high-level input already, and you may be doubling up the high-level to low-level, so it might not be necessary. A lot of amplifiers now have pretty decent high-level to low-level built in. You might be able to just bypass it altogether and do that.
Also, you might need some low resistors.
No, well, if we're just tapping in for like a subwoofer, you wouldn't need load resistors. It's only, it's which it sounds like he's doing.
It's a 2021 no amplify system?
It's an SRT, I'm assuming it has an amp. Personally, if it's got the Amplified or Alpine or something like that, you can just do the Sub Pro from PAC, the PAC Sub Pro. If you have like the Alpine, the Dre, the Infinity, or any of that, the Sub Pro would give you a subwoofer RCA and make everything sound 100% better, because the problem you're always going to have with any Chrysler, Dodge product, Jeep, is the bass roll-off that you get from the factory amplifier, whether it be from the radio or the factory outboard amp. It sucks. It's horrible. If you also tapped into the rear speakers, that's mistake number 1 in a Dodge. You should always tap into the front speakers. That's going to be your subwoofer, unless it had a dedicated subwoofer in the back. And one of the reasons we know this is that we actually showed you when we used the new IRTA2. That's right. If you go to DNF tool drawer, and you click on the new link for the IRTA2, which let me flip this around here and show you. So right here is Dean and Fernando's tool drawer, DNF tool drawer. Welcome. If you scroll down here and you click on this guy right here, this is going to take you over to give you the ability to purchase this guy right here. That's right, we're making these. This is not from China. This is not something you will find anywhere else. We paid an engineer to design this. This is our baby. This is 100% ours. This is not off of Alibaba. This is not something you're going to see anywhere else with just our sticker on it. We have the proof. I have. We just keep them in this convenient box because the engineer kept mailing them back and forth to us. Here is prototype number 1. Prototype number 2. Prototype number 3. Prototype number 4. As you can see, they got a little better every time. There's another prototype there.
See it right there?
Or Lopez. Yeah, 5-star cars there. That's ours. Anyways, back to this. This guy here, when you come and click on it, say, oh, I want to have this. This is not coming from Amazon like everything else on our site. This is, we're going to ship it to you. But if you scroll down where it says how to use the IRTA2 to choose the right speaker for your sub amp, if you click on this, this is actually a Dodge Challenger. Charger. It's a charger where we connect it to the rear speaker and to the front speaker to show you which one was better to use. You can actually see the signal coming out. If you want to get one of these, which we strongly hope you do, because it'll help pay our bills, you know, all that good stuff. Obviously, it does a lot of neat things for you. Check it out. It's $249 plus shipping, tax if you live in Florida. But otherwise, check out these videos. See all the cool things it'll do for you. You can find that at DNF Tool Drawer. Get one today while supplies last. And if you order them, we'll just order more. So we're planning on doing this for a really long time. We'll see how it goes. But anyways, that was a great commercial. Thank you for asking the question about the charger. When setting up a DMA10 amplifier, crossover should be set to the highest point. No, it should be the point that the speaker requires. Highest point's kind of not, you know, you're not going to set it for 20,000. So if, let's say, you have a DM810, channel 1 and 2 are tweeters, you're going to go in there and you're going to set the high pass for, let's say, 3,500 hertz. It'll abbreviate into 3.5K. It defaults 24 dB. If channels 3 and 4 are mid-range, then you'd go from, let's say, 80 to 3,500. And then if you have a subwoofer, that would be 80. Actually, that would be 20 to 80, I think is how that sets up, or 80 to 20, either way you want to look at it. But no, you just want to put in those default crossover points, such as 80, 3.5, 350 for a bottom on a mid-range, stuff like that, to get you going until you figure out what those crossover points should be. But never play the system without the crossover points set. Good afternoon, Dean and Fernando. What power cable would you recommend for Big 3 and running power to 2 amps, Alpine PX, and Hyphonics Brutus 4000? If you want a Big 3 upgrade kit, just contact Hi-Fi Vega at the Hi-Fi Vega store. He sells Big 3 upgrade kits. You can buy them all ring terminaled up, ready to go. Makes things kind of nice. As far as wire, we primarily use all Stinger wire here. So
you can
there's a lot of good stuff out there.
100% copper.
Yeah, just 100% cover. Have any IRTA sold yet? Yes, as a matter of fact, we do. Not bad. Actually, I think we just opened the store yesterday. I think there's already 10. Sue texted me to tell me there was 10. So we got a long way to go.
Keep it coming, guys.
Keep it coming. No, I mean, the thing is, it's a long haul project. It's a tool. It's not something that's not a flash in the pan. This is something it took us 2 years to develop. It took us another 6 months to create the webpage for them, it seems like. So it's a huge project. It cost me a ton of money. But it doesn't matter. This is something we've always wanted, an ability to affordably look at and test the electrical signal coming out of your stereo. It's very important when you're setting EQs, when you're setting gains, when you're doing all these things that we have to do, not being able to see the electrical signal passing through out to the amplifier, well, it can cause a lot of issues. So we're hoping to take everyone to that next level, kind of do what the DD1 did for this industry, which was allow everyone easy ways to set gains. We're hoping this gives you an easy way to look at a signal so that you can properly figure out what it is you're trying to do. Why do I have no bass? Well, because I should have looked at that signal and realized there is no bass there. Does my car have bass roll-off? We can easily see that with an RTA. We can't just look at the wire. A voltmeter isn't going to tell us that. So it's just one more tool in the arsenal to make you do a better job at your install and be that much closer to perfect. Anyways, moving on. When will you guys be restocking the amp rack rulers?
They out.
As far as I know, they're in stock. I sent him some last month, so if he's out, he hasn't let me know. But they're always in stock, green and purple. I'm sorry, green and blue.
Green and blue. Yeah.
So if you're hoping for a different color other than green and blue, we finally settled on just green and blue. But he should have them. If he doesn't, that's kind of weird. But yeah, because we sent him some. We send them all the time. About every other month we send them a supply. Dean, I'll take 5 of those kicker emblems. Of course you will, Bobby. Hey guys, I have an 09 Acura TSX and I've installed an aftermarket Pioneer head unit. I want to power all speakers, namely the front and rear 6.5s and 6x9s on the rear deck. What would you recommend? It's all going to depend on the amplifier, for sure. As far as the rear speakers go, you want to get something that's efficient. I guess the reality is picking a speaker is going to be up to you. You're going to have to do some research. You're going to have to figure out what kind of music you want. We always tell you, pay attention to the tweeter. You have a metal hard dome tweeter. You have a soft dome cloth tweeter. Those are your differences in sound. Party like a rock star, bright, sharp, and a little bit more subdued. Equally as loud. You have to figure out what it is, what your ears can take. I have a constant ringing in my ears. I'm not a big fan of sharp. That's why I always go for Morel, because I like that nice, smooth, loud tweeter. It's a little bit easier, less fatiguing for me personally. Fernando,
more enjoyable.
He likes, that sharp, sound. Anyways, other thing too, a tip, when installing rear speakers off the deck, you have a voltage differential problem, because when you look there, again, you can see this on an RTA. When you look at the signal come out via high level versus low level, the factory amplifier is going to ramp up a lot quicker than your RCAs are. So what you want to do is, if you have level control built into the head unit, which most new head units do, either in the crossover section or in the time alignment section, is you want to turn the rear level all the way down. And what that'll allow you to do is ride the volume control on the radio all the way up, so that the output voltage of the radio is in line with the rear speakers and everything gets to the same point at the same time. If you don't do that, what happens is the power band is different, and as you're turning up the volume, your fronts will never get content, so you're going to have to turn the gains up, which gives you, as we talked earlier, it means more noise, more feedback, more chance for failure. So we want to keep those gains as low as possible. We want to film as much signal as we can. So just turn the rears all the way down. It'll balance out perfect, and life will be great. Yeah.
Is the CNC still coming? At some point. Yeah.
I mean, that's a plan for 2022, is at some point to get a CNC. It's only January, so we'll see how it goes. Right now, we're just concentrating on the IRTA2 and getting those things going. We'll see how that goes. If we sell enough of them, then yeah. It's like Girl Scout cookies.
Woo!
Hey guys, do you have any idea when Rockford will have more DSR1s? It's funny, when we were there, they were talking about how they had a shipment coming, but I don't know if anything ever came of that. I mean, I guess it's coming. It may have came.
No, I think they came. It just...
They came and went,
They gone.
Put it this way, just to put it in perspective, how difficult product availability is. We had our buddy Bill Freeman up here, and he's probably not going to be mad at me for telling you this. He has on back order for a specific brand. There's like $2.5 million on back order for this brand in the state of Florida. This month, he's getting allocated $63,000 of that back order. Okay? Let those numbers float around in your head and go, that ain't shit. That's like 3 people got equipment, okay?
Exactly.
You can't even live off of that. That's not even like a percentage point to even be concerned with. So, yeah, it sucks, and it sucks hardcore. There's no doubt about it. What home laser do you guys recommend? I mean, we use the Glowforge. It's easy to use. It's small. It's fun. It's a great... I mean, for what we do, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Now, if you're going to be doing like big flush panels and stuff like that, then bigger laser might be better, but they're, again, the bigger they are, the more accessories you have to buy, like chillers and coolers and fans and cameras and all that other stuff. For us, we just wanted to get up and running with it and get it going, figure out how to use software and stuff like that. And yeah, so the Glowforge is working great for us.
All right, so sorry, I think you misunderstand the question.
Okay.
I'm setting it up my DMA-10.
Yeah.
The amplifier crossovers should be set at its highest point.
Rookie move. Forgot to put it in Do Not Disturb. When it's not in Do Not Disturb and the phone rings, it automatically cuts audio. So I apologize for that. We'll give it a second. Someone asked a great question, and I just wanted to come back and answer that question because he had asked a lot of different questions about it. And the question was, if I'm running an A10 and I have an amplifier, what do I do with the crossovers on the amplifier? This is the answer to that question. If it's a highs amplifier, then it should have some form of a high pass, low pass off. If it doesn't have a high pass, low pass off, then you're going to set it to its lowest setting. And by that, I mean, if it's a high pass and you want your DM810 to cross everything over at 80 hertz, then you're going to want to play that down as low as it'll go. So let's say 50 hertz, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, somewhere that way. So you're going to open it all the way up and pass as much signal through that amplifier as possible. If it's a sub-amplifier, now a lot of sub-amplifiers don't have the ability to turn off the sub-crossover, because why would they? They're not full range. In that case, yes, you're going to turn the amplifier up as high as it will go to the highest frequency, in which case you're looking at, let's say, 150, 200, 250. So that would be how that would be set up in order to run it through the amplifiers. All right, here we go. I ordered my RTA to you guys for all the entertainment you provided while I was laid off during the shutdown. Thank you. Oh no, thank you for ordering it. It should go out in the next couple days. Okay, as far as my amplifier goes, would you need 2 amps, a 4-channel and a 2-channel, or is there something more simple? I mean, a 6-channel would be simpler, but depending on what you're trying to run, we have a couple different combinations we do when we're doing, let's say, a 3-way set, or 3-way, meaning tweeter, mid, rear, and sub. Like a 5-channel and a 2-channel is a real popular alternative if you don't need like a 6-channel and a monoblock. Obviously, a 6-channel and a monoblock is a great combination, but a 5-channel and a 2-channel is also really nice. Yeah, well, again, okay, so you could do a D5-1300 and an ACM 2.300. We do that too. That's a nice little combination. You could do not a D, but an LC if you already have the amp. You can LC 5-1300, you can LC 6-1200, and a LC 1.800. It just depends on how big you need the channels to be. But any one of those combinations of those will get you where you're trying to do. But yeah. Is there a product out that allows you to mirror your iPhone? All right, we answered that. Go to ZZ2. Okay, let's try ZZ2. That's all we got. Future 911 coming to you this year. Great. Pull the trigger on some Rockford component speakers for the door. Will I lose a lot of volume on the stock amp and aftermarket head unit? Thanks. Well, it depends. I mean, anytime you put aftermarket speakers onto a factory amplifier, there's all kinds of unforeseen problems that can occur as far as differentiating ohm loads, equalization issues between what factory and the aftermarket are, bigger magnets versus smaller magnets. So yeah, there's all kinds of fun and excitement that can happen there. Obviously, going full aftermarket or some kind of a DSP is the better option to, with an amplifier. What's up, Mr. Berg?
Hey!
What units you use at a 2020 Nissan? Kicks without premium system to add amps and speakers to the factory radio. Please help. I mean, the kicker key, they'll 200.4 on a front stage with some nice components up front. The Key 501 on some subs in the back is a really nice option for a small vehicle like that. If you want to go bigger, there's always bigger, more powerful. You could do. It just depends on your budget. I mean, it's always going to come down to your budget and what you're trying to do.
Yep.
We hope you had a great year too. You're going to lose our streak. Oh, I gotta text Haley.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, guys.
All right, guys.
Well, that's it. You guys have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Make sure to go over to DNF Tool Drawer. And if you want to be an awesome installer like you want to, pick up your IRTA too. You guys have a great day. See you later.
Bye, guys.
You having fun?
Yeah.
Look at that. He's got his little portable workstation.
I'm just changing the oil in this car.
I mean, it feels like it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think you're gonna need 535.
Is that what it says?
No,
I'm gonna
I
say.
don't know.
Yeah.
Try
So-
I always put the water.
You just put water in the oil? Okay. Whatever works. We are on day 3 of the Ford Flex. We're finishing it up now. We have some GP fused.
JP.
JP? Is it J? No, it looks like it's a
GP?
GP. Ground pounder. Yeah, GP.
GP.
Ground pounder. So we have the power distribution laid out. We made a whole bracket that just goes over the top of the battery. We took off the factory battery mount. No, you're good. This phone's got really good low light.
Oh.
There's a bolt underneath here, so there's 2 bolts, so it doesn't bend or wobble. It tightens up. This is, of course, the factory power. This 0 gauge will attach underneath here. This area has been removed. Goes into this power distribution, and then you have your outputs here. This is the alternator. This is the CX 1800.1 that's underneath the seat. And then this is actually going to be a 4 gauge going out to the Kenwood 5 channel that's going to be used as a 4 channel. Kicker, my bad. And then we added in the factory ground. So there's your ground. There's a ground point over here. So we added in that. That comes over to this. This is the factory ground here. And we added in this, and then the other factory ground is down here, right there. So that goes into that. And then Fernando is getting ready to hook up the alternator on this one because we can actually get to the bolt, kind of. You want to pull this before you start. And just undo this screw from here. You don't have to pull that'll be way smarter. Anyways, while he's doing that, we'll come into the inside of the car. This is the amplifier here. It has these brackets that come up. There's this weird railing system that goes across the back, and so we've made our brackets that go up and then screw into place underneath that. Power and everything come this way, grounds, whatnot, and then our signal, as you can see here, goes up and it comes into the dash where the factory radio was, where the new Alpine 407 is going to go. The iData kit gives you this new piece here. Keep in mind that when you're doing this, your radio might not have all these functionalities. So in this case, it's only got one USB. So we are going to cap off that second one, and the aux is being used for the iData. So really these top 2, HDMI and USB, are the only thing that's going to work. But there is where the radio is going to go. The factory radio all stays. Here's the mount, which is kind of cool. So you take the factory screen out, you pull the mounts off the side, and then iData gives you these brackets. Here, they make a 1 and a 2 depending on which one you need. They'll tell you in the instructions. And then this just bolts in with those factory brackets, and that's it. So you get to keep your whole factory front bezel, and the volume and the track and all that stuff still work. Air conditioning still works. The factory radio, of course, which is down low, that's gone. All the speakers are finally in. Logos, little kicker logos are on there. We got the new box in today that I designed on Monday. So this is the giant 115. So this is a giant ported 5 cubic foot box. As you can see, you know, that was the original problem, is that it didn't, you know, when they first figured it out, they didn't add the taper. So went back to the drawing board, got the taper, made it wider. So now it takes up this whole area. He bought some 8-gauge subwire here, so this will go into the side of the box. That's all ran and ready to go. Haven't got to the sub yet, obviously. In the back corner here, which you can see right there, let me grab a light. Hang on.
Oh, no. This phone has a perfect.
It does.
Perfect.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Where are all the lights, Fernando? Like,
where are all the
well,
mics?
there's one there.
It's a Facebook group.
Where are all the mics? Where are all the bikes? Okay. Anyways, so here is that's where the factory amplifier goes in this car. So that's also where all the factory wiring is. That gray plug next to the blue plug is the iData Sony amp interface. So it's the AFO2 harness. You buy that, you plug it in, and you can wire up all your crossovers. Made a new board to mount it in place. So that makes it just plug right in. Looks super nice, super cool. The factory subwoofer would go here. Sometimes we would put an amplifier there. This is still waiting. We found out yesterday that this speaker and this speaker are mono wiring. They call it the rear center. So we went and ran our own wiring. Their factory wiring is purple green, so we were able to take this crossover here, which is number 4, run the wire in with this factory harness here, and then just lengthen the factory so that tweeter can just plug right in. So it still connects via the factory plug. We just added in ours down here as well. Makes it really nice. It's not cold out yet. Yeah, it will be, but not yet. Where did you get the sub box? We have a local guy here that builds things when we need them. So I designed this on Monday because I was a box builder for years until I decided I didn't want to be one anymore. Yay, I'm happy. I got tired of sucking in air or sawdust and glue and all that nonsense. So I just hand him a cardboard template with all the measurements, basically a blueprint cardboard template, and I say, build this. And, you know, he stayed up late last night and built it and bitched the whole time. So it's okay. He did a nice job on this one. Love the wiring, Fernando. Fernando, you're doing great. You're doing great.
No, I mean, Dean did it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just giving you credit. So what happened is he was finishing the baked potatoing on the doors this morning. We had that door left to do, and we needed to kind of move things along. So this morning I built... Oh, I broke it. No. This morning I built this panel here and got this because we honestly, until this morning, we had no idea how we were going to put this many fuses, this much wire underneath this hood, because there is a giant piece of plastic that goes over this that's out right now. So it was just a nightmare. So I built this because I didn't want to have him come at like 5 o'clock and be like, what the heck am I going to do with this nightmare? So I built this, got this ready, and then I connected this one ground, and then I left these 2 connections for him, which were the sucky ones. So I'll let him take credit for this because he's doing those 2 sucky wires. So this is Fernando. You did a great job, guys. Way to go, Fernando. So underneath the seat, this is all the boxes. We're kind of keeping them on the same. So this will be the factory radio, and this will go back in and work the same way it did. This will still do volume, track up and down, tune source, eject. Sound now is actually going to be mute, which is really cool. And then this is going to be the amp rack for the passenger side. So this morning, it's identical underneath both seats. So this morning when I made the driver's side, I flipped it, made the passenger side, so now I have to bend these here, drill some holes, and then we can get going on this guy, and that will get that into the car. I know, just like, what a mess. The excess battery is already in, so we put the factory back into the box. And that's about what we got going on here, I think. Trying to think. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I will give you guys, if anyone's out there and they're gonna do something like these are great, whatever. But they do make a post that you can get for these, so that, because you're not gonna, your factory battery terminal is quite extensive, and you're not gonna be pulling that apart and connecting to this. That would just be silly. But they do make a post, some manufacturer, I don't know who it is, but we did have a couple guys that have come in the past where they make a post that screws into this, so you can then just take that giant factory mount and attach it to it, and then you still have all these connections for more wiring. I think the solution we came up with was really good, but there is, of course, different ways to do it. Oh, you didn't have to do that. All you had to do, okay, you weren't listening. Pull this screw.
Okay.
So you didn't listen. Yeah, because now you're gonna have to pull it apart, put that in.
No.
This goes on last.
No, because this is not screws.
No, I know.
Actually,
right, to get it in there flat, because it's gonna want to rest on here.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. It's okay, man. It's okay. For the guy with the Pioneer head unit, could be wrong format on your USB port or some software updates. I guess you're trying to do a Pioneer update, having issues. Try an older thumb drive. I don't know. Pioneers were weird every time we do one of those. I mean, we've been lucky with the SanDisk we've been using on all the current stuff, but on some of the older ones, it just they create issues. Don't use a Mac, because a Mac puts a hidden file on there that the radio won't like. So yeah. Damn it, Fernando. I know.
What happened?
I'm gonna sneeze. No, somebody just said, "Damn it, Fernando," because I was. COVID all over the world. Oh God, I felt great. So that's it. That's what we got going on. I need to get the other amp rocking and rolling so we can move this thing out of here sometime tomorrow, because we got wonderful cars to do. Good evening, guys. Working late? Not yet, but we will be. Hopefully, you guys caught today's video that went up. We got to take a look at the Helix Match Series amplifier, or Audio Tech Fisher, I should say. That was pretty cool. Could be, yeah, Rona. Also, just in case you didn't know, if you haven't been playing along, the IRTA is now available. You can get it at dnfttooldrawer.com. So right there, DNF Tool Drawer. That's backwards, I know, but you'll get the idea. So it's DNF Tool Drawer, and they're available now. So if you want to get one, get your order in. No, go ahead. You can tighten it up. Don't leave it off though, because I need to pull the seat. So I need to disconnect the seat. So just leave it off right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Where is the front tweeter? It's on the A-pillar. They are. I actually went in really nice. We didn't have to make anything. We just had to remove the factory mount, and then it went in and screwed back in place. So it was kind of cool. But they go right there. So it's just KS tweeters. It has 2 sets of KS components. This will be the future site of the next amplifier. So this is just, I know, it's so unattractive when you're working on it, because everything just comes apart. And this, what is this? And it's like, oh, this is a bass knob. So it just doesn't know where it needs to go yet. So we left it long, and of course, once it's ready to go in, we'll zip tie it up. Okay, no problem, Fro. Not tonight, though. Unless, have a good night. All right. Omnicron out, yeah. All right, guys, listen, that's it for now. Thanks so much for giving us a couple minutes of your time today and letting me catch up on this. Tomorrow when we get it done, we'll go on. We'll give you a wrap-up of it, maybe let you hear it. I'm anxious to hear it. I want to see what that one X-type, X? No, what is that? Q?
Q-Class.
Q-Class 15 does. So we'll let you know. All right, guys. Have a great night. See ya.
Bye. Don't forget, IRTA. It's available now. Go to the website.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah.
What the heck was that?
That's the nitrous, dude.
Oh, that was the nitrous? You're fast and furious?
Yeah.
Or just fast and delirious?
I think I'm just furious.
You're just
I'm
furious?
not fast at all.
Okay, I'll buy that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah? Oh, you know what? We'll have to pop the hood so we can show them now that it's finished.
That's another line from Fast and Furious.
Pop the hood?
Pop the hood. Pop the hood, huh?
Pop the hood. I'm going to have the mad scientist tear this all down and build it back up.
Yeah.
How many of you guys have one of these? The iTest mic. iTest mic is great. What were you going to say?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you don't have one, I mean, you should.
Well, the nice thing about the iTest mic is that, you know, for doing like a radio like this or even something more complicated, you know, because you could take the DS, you could take it, mount it up onto the headrest, and then just take your iPad and stick it to the window, like put it here so that you can see it, and you get an audible.
You can see, yeah.
Yeah, you get an audible, really nice RTA for.
If you tune in from the outside, yeah.
Well, yeah, if you're just doing a radio, obviously
Yeah,
you just
perfectly
tune it
fine.
from inside the car, but
Yeah.
it makes it really slick and really easy. Friend had a 5-channel and subwoofer installed by Best Buy, was supposed to power stock speakers. They didn't hook them up. That makes total sense.
That was an extra charge.
That was
So
extra.
he didn't pay for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes you have like misunderstanding.
What's up, Mr. William Berg?
Hey, what's up?
Great amp dyno today. That's right. We put up the Kenwood today.
Yes, I saw
Yeah,
that one.
yeah. I mean that we.
I follow the YouTube.
You follow
Yeah,
YouTube?
I follow.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I mean, we couldn't. As soon as we filmed that a while ago. But
before.
that was like back in October.
Yeah.
No, hell, it might have been. It was like right after we got the amp dyno, but then we couldn't do anything with it because we were under NDA.
Right, and that product that was not even out yet, so
Yeah.
we have the prototypes
Yeah.
and everything. That was
So it was nice. I was surprised at how much power those things put out.
Yeah,
It was really nice.
very,
It was
very
pretty cool.
So
Speaking of power putting outer, what's up, Morel's in the house?
I love those water.
The water bottles.
Oh my god,
Yeah, they are pretty
purple,
sexy.
purple
It's
one.
all about the purple.
The glitter. Woo! I love it.
That's what I have to deal with.
Anyway.
It's Pop the Hood. This is a garage, not a junkyard. What? No faith?
Exactly. Oh, dude.
Y'all
10
need
second
help.
car.
Y'all need some help. That
It's
is
another
for
10-second car, man. Come on.
10 seconds. Speaking of crappy movies from 20 years ago, tonight on SideJag,
There you go.
we had to watch Spawn. So last night, amongst many of the other things I had to get done last night, I had to squeeze in watching Spawn. And I forgot how bad that movie sucked.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
but
sorry.
We'll talk about it more tonight.
Sorry for you.
Yeah, I'm feeling your pain. I put the iPad on the dash because I noticed on the window it falls off. No, that works too, man. Whatever works for you.
All right, so if you grab one of those suction cups,
Yeah, big suction cups.
yeah, and then
Yeah,
you
yeah.
put it like,
Yeah, big suction
works.
cups.
yeah. But in the dash works fine.
Whatever works
Yeah.
for you. Whatever
yeah.
gets you through the day.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting through the day, the Flex was what we're sitting in right now. It's done. This is the MFT1 kit. I just so happen to have a light this time, even though this has great low light.
Apparently not.
No, it does. Turn up the volume.
Turn on the volume.
Yeah, look at that. It's the volume knob. Look at that factory. It's so nice that you keep that factory volume knob.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
So what happened if I had my climate control?
Just
Oh my god, it works.
yeah, just turns on and off.
Pretty cool, dude.
It is pretty cool. So in this is the one Solberg, not Solberg, Q-Class. I don't know why. You know,
Solberg.
Kicker's
Okay,
been
mister.
talking about the L7 Q, or yeah, the big guys for so long.
The Solo X, I'm sorry.
We have a Solo X, and no, we don't. We have a Q class. But anyways, wishful thinking.
15-inch in a big box.
Big
ported.
Big porta box.
And yeah.
Let's play it.
Let's play it.
Let's play it.
All right. Yeah, it's crazy.
And that's some bass. Yep, your nose is rattling or itching or whatever. All right, let's take a look at the rest of this. This is done. We came in a little bit. I came in a lot bit early. Fernando came in a little bit early this morning so we could finish this because we have a full day today as well. Pop the hood, my friend. Pop my hood customs. Yeah, go ahead and turn it off.
No, it's fine.
No, because... All right, well, come on over here and... Yeah, just hit the button. There we go. You can flex that hood. Whoa, easy there, monster. Hey, could you get the back door open, too? Wow,
Dude, seriously?
I know. Thank you. So up underneath the hood, we have the GP, I guess means ground pounder, I found out yesterday.
What did you say?
I thought it was ground and power.
I mean, it sounds good to me.
Yeah, right? But apparently it's ground pounder. So we have the ground pounder fuse blocks in place, power distribution. Fernando got the alternator hooked up. Pain in the ass. Got the ground over here, the factory ground hooked up over there where it's supposed to be. And then I did the easy one. I got that one there.
Power's run.
Alternator.
800.1.
800.1 on his driver's seat, and then the 8005.
800.5.
Sure, underneath the passenger seat. He's not using the fifth channel. Made the mounts. Let's take a look at the back. There's the big ass woofer. The only thing I have left to do is I need to put a stopper here so the box doesn't slide and move. That's the last thing I have to do, along with up underneath the seat here. So here is, the amplifiers underneath that seat.
Yeah.
What did I do with the light?
I don't know.
Power seats move so slow. I know. And underneath this seat is the other amp, and it's really cool because the way we built it, so this will tighten up, but the door fit right in between the mount that we made. The mount comes up the side here and up under into the seat brackets to hold it in place. Then all the wire goes up front. As far as wiring goes, if you watched yesterday, you saw that the crossovers are here where the factory amp is, so my signal comes up along here. RCAs go up into the center console and into the dash. That power wire goes along that way. This power wire comes up down lower in the center console, up across the firewall into its hole. So everything is isolated like a mother. I know. It's cool. Can we see the sub in the back? So this is really bright. Sun's coming in hardcore. So this is it.
Alright, it's gonna be loud.
Yep, it's gonna be loud. And that's that. The port is right there. This is like sick as far as the amount of sound treatment we put on this so that it would not rattle. And then we put it all along here, resonate. I'm gonna go with rattle.
It's not gonna resonate. Well, a little bit.
Flex video. Hey, why don't you fire it up and we'll take a look at it back here. Give me the light.
Fire.
Yeah. No fire. Just pump it up. Make everyone happy. Let them see the woofer move. Who made the box? Our buddy, we have a friend of ours, a guy by the name of Sean, Big Red. He used to work for a company we used to endorse, Bright Star. They're gone, but he still makes boxes for us. So we blueprinted it out, send him the blueprints, and then he makes the box for us. So he does a really nice job. Oh yeah, that other song was better. Yeah. Yay, woofer flex. All right, we're good. It's just gonna kill the mic anyways. Oh. All right, we got bass. Morning. How's everybody doing? Hey, what's up, Arturo?
Hey, happy birthday, buddy.
Is it Arturo's birthday?
It's Arturo's birthday.
What is this?
That's what he does.
He does this?
Yeah.
I thought he did this. Arturo, everyone wish Arturo a happy birthday. And if you're in San Antonio, go have him make you some cool plexi speaker rings.
Go grab a cake and smash it in his face. Happy birthday!
Why
That's
would
what we do.
You smash somebody a cake?
Yeah. Ask him. Yes.
A cake.
A cake.
A cake. I thought you said keg.
Oh no.
I'm like, why would you want to kill him? Jesus.
Yeah.
We like him. Good God. What the hell's wrong with you? All right, you can turn it off. Do customers have to request for a custom box? Yes. Yeah, I mean, this was a situation where they don't make anything for what he wanted to do.
It's a 15.
Yeah, it's a 15 in the back of a Ford Flex. It's not like I can just go online to one of my suppliers and they have this. So, you know, we try to get boxes that are made for specific applications and whatnot. There's fortunately plenty of places online that do that, and there's lots of them. Just for example, guys that will make anything you want and do a really nice job at it. You have SRQ Customs. They're actually here local in Sarasota. Zen Enclosures. I think they're here in Florida as well. MTI, Mobile Toys out in Texas. They get all the fancy truck boxes. Then, there's things like A-Trans and Q-Power and all those other guys that make, boxes too. So
yeah.
I'm sad, Dean. Purchased the Metra harness you recommended for my 2000 Metra only to find out they don't work. I'm going to have to cut factory harness. Your knowledge greatly appreciated. Man, I'm sorry about that. I really wish it would have worked. 2021.
But, that's funny because that's what we do. We get stuff, we try, it doesn't work, and then you're like, man, that sucks.
If I can get something to plug in, I'll get it to work. that's all I want. I just want the plastic. Other than that, as long as I have plastic, I'm good. If you don't have plastic, that sucks.
Okay, so it's funny because sometimes you gotta grind the harness, make
that's what I'm
it
saying.
work and everything.
Well, I was saying, if I can get plastic to work, then I'll figure everything else out. It's just
ripping everything.
Yeah.
100%.
It's just sometimes you just can't get the plastic, and that sucks.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What's up?
Ooh. Speaking of Metra,
Vega.
Flex and Kick In and Flex. Yeah. What's up? What's up? High five. We did a big 3 upgrade. Woo.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. No. That's what I figured. You guys are still my heroes. We try, man. We try. Hey, since we're talking about Metra, we got a box from them we need to open.
Yes. This is so cool, dude.
So Metra came out with a new product that I honestly don't even understand what it is yet. It's for installation. And they sent us, we saw it when we were at SEMA. A buddy of mine, which you guys know, Adam from Absolute Electronics up in Rockville, Maryland, apparently worked with them on this particular product that they came out with. And so they were like, hey, you guys want, it's like, yes, you don't even have to ask. You don't even have to. Bring it over. Dude, I got a knife.
I'm going to. I don't need a knife.
Well, all right, fine. All right, hold on. You're going crazy over here. Don't rip the bag, Fernando.
All right, so we got 2.
I don't even know what it is.
It's a bag.
It's a bag. It's definitely a bag.
With another bag.
Ada does have great solutions for the S2000, so if you guys are in need of an S2000,
wow.
I don't even know what it is. Speaker
All right,
cable.
So, dude.
Let's not open it yet because we got to do a proper. So if we can see, so We got...
I'm gonna open it from the bottom.
Oh, yeah. Grab a knife.
Where is your knife?
I just put it away because you were like, I don't need no knife. Oh, wait, here's what's included. All right, so we can just go over what's included. We have 20 feet of flexible, over-molded braided cable, 11 16-gauge conductors, full-spec oxygen-free copper, 5 pairs plus remote. We got white, black, gray, black, green, black, violet, black, orange, black, and I don't know, brown. I have no
black and
BL. Anyways, who knows?
Okay, this is new.
Yeah, well, that's just it. That's what makes this. This is supposed to be like an update to the Speedwire catalog. So we got outer jacket, heat shrink included, heat shrink wire labels included, red and black, ferrules included. So the idea, what I think the idea behind this is either for a DIY guy or a shop or something like that. Just, it pulls up. Somebody that needs...
This is the 1118 and 1116.
Which I think this is 18 feet, this is 16 feet. So the idea, I believe, was to give you more than just the 9-conductor speed wire. And also, so this is 20 feet, 18 gauge, and then this is, they're both 20
16 feet.
No,
16 gauge.
18 gauge or 16 gauge, they're both 20 feet.
That is neat.
Oh, damn. Okay. This is new for us too. So we don't know anything. We're walking with you on this one.
All right, so we have
purples.
You purples, you greens, yo greens. Great, white, your remote,
and then a fifth one.
So this is gonna be your center channel
or whatever. It's just 2 more wires.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Then you get your Tech Flex to cover it. You get your heat shrink to go over either end of this and the Tech Flex.
This is really cool, man.
You have label
shrink
wrap.
Yes.
All right.
That is pretty.
And you get all your ferrules.
That is neat.
So as I was saying, the idea behind this is that you can buy this and you're done with all your speaker wiring needs. You can hook them up to the amplifier. You're good to go. As long as your amplifier has obviously a ferrule style input, which a lot of them do. Yeah. It's like a 4 gauge. So they're complete kits with 2 different size wire. We're going to do a full unboxing review and all that fun stuff on that. But naturally, I wanted to see what the hype was about. They called me. They said they're going to send it to us. I had no idea what it was. They're like, it's this new speed. And we know how you guys love Speedwire. So this is like kind of the evolution of Speedwire. And a lot of people would complain that Speedwire only comes 18 gauge. And now, well, boom, we have a 16 gauge Speedwire kit. So that'll make some of you guys out there like super happy. Yeah, should make for quicker, cleaner installs. I would hope so.
I agree. And it's very flexible.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's... Yeah.
Like, dude. Well, some of these, they're like...
Yeah. Harsh. Now, as far as I know, this is not going to be sold by the roll. This is only going to be sold in a kit, which is kind of cool because there, again, the purpose that it was made for makes things really nice. 16 gauge would work for small subs even. Correct, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, which would be nice for like a 5-channel factory amp or anything like that. You guys get the idea. Having those 2 extra wires opens a lot of possibilities.
Yeah, for sure. I like it.
Oxygen-free, yep. Oxygen-free copper, 100%. Yep. Did you lose the zip tie or the thing? No.
I don't know what it is.
You lost the twisty. It's got to be around here somewhere. All right, anyways.
Yeah.
That's all right. Well, we got one.
I like it.
Cool.
So cool.
And I like that they already pre-stripped the ends.
Yeah. Right? I mean, that's the only thing you need. That's it.
Right. I mean, I gotta be honest with you. I would solder RCN tips onto this and call it a day.
Yeah.
So if I was doing like Rockford amps, I'd totally do that.
I like it. I like it.
I like it too.
5 and 1. 5 plus 1.
5 plus 1. Yep. Perfect. Well, there you go.
So
something new and cool from Metra. There again. Let me give you those part numbers again. So if you guys want to check them out. It is the VSW1116. That's going to be T-Spec by Metra. And this is the VSW1118 T-Spec from Metra. 18 gauge, 16 gauge. It's in the number, 20 feet. Awesome stuff. There you go.
Very cool.
I mean, to be honest with you, it's very cool for everybody. DIY, yes, totally. I hate the term DIY. It just reminds me of that stupid TV network. Do-it-yourselfers. I know. I like saying it.
DIY. We do it ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. We just do it for other people. But anybody that, even a company, because a lot of retailers don't want to stock ferrules, and
right.
So it's kind of trying to make it idiot-proof. I assume it's not something you guys would use since y'all use Stinger.
No.
So to be fair, we actually use a little bit of everything. We don't just use Stinger. We do use a lot of Stinger, but right now with COVID and trying to get products from manufacturers has been very difficult. And if you come over here and you look at the wire rack, these thinner ones here, all these are all Metra, because Stinger didn't have any, so there's Metra there. So Stinger was out of all the remote turn-on wire for 2 months. And it's funny, we just got a roll of remote turn-on wire that we ordered in August or September. It just showed up yesterday. I'm like, what the hell is that? Where did that come from? So, but that's the nice thing about COVID, supply chain shortages, call it what you want, is that, you're exposed to some of these new products because you have to. So it's caused a lot of companies, such as ours and others, to okay, we normally use this because it's easy and it's convenient. What else is out there? Because I can't get what I normally use, and go, oh, this is better. I kind of like this.
I like it.
But Paul also sells a lot of stuff to DIY guys. And something like this would be very helpful for them. So it's going to be a great over-the-counter product. So I can guarantee he's going to sell it. And then when we need it, we'll just come grab it. But the thing is if we do things out of necessity. So if we're doing an install and it's like, oh man, 5-wire, that would be perfect, then I'd go grab some. Otherwise, I just grab what we have because we already have ferrules and stuff like that in stock. Would be nice to use the 18 gauge for RCA as a 16 gauge for speaker. That's exactly what I was thinking. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh yeah, 2 kits, and then get some Stinger 12s, some Sting 12s. Yeah. These guys right here. These guys, hold on. X12 line, the pair of RCAs, solder them into place, get things exactly the same way, and you're all set. That's what we do when we do the when we do the Rockford Mini T amplifiers, because I hate their ends. I cut theirs off, lengthen it as much as I need it, cut it in the dash, solder those on. We're back in business. Reverse polarity and side jag are tonight. I have no idea what we're going to talk about on reverse polarity. I'm sure Hi-Fi is putting up a poll to make things interesting. He always does. He does great polls. So if you haven't done the poll, make sure you go do the poll. And if he hasn't put up a poll, I'm sure he will. And then, of course, side jag, we're talking about Spawn. We have a guest tonight, so that ought to be interesting. The Stinger S accepts 0 gauge and the 4 gauge out. No, I can tell you right now, if it doesn't say 0 out, it will not take a 0 gauge. They are right on the size, which is one of the reasons why we ended up doing this battery the way we did, because nobody really makes what I was looking for, and it kind of stuck. Justin ruined the DIY guy's phrase for everyone. Nothing but love for Justin. Nothing but love. Hey guys from Iowa, what's going on, man? Did that Viper guy ever get enough bass? Nope. It's a Viper. You're never gonna get enough bass. My ex-girlfriend had to do a poll for college. Oh, that was good.
Hey, man.
It was like one of those dinner table jokes where the kids don't get it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know why you hate Rockford Fosgate ends, because in one of our older install diaries, the end is what caused the problem on the Toyota Camry. Yep, and several others too, but it's a serious car show. It is the most serious car show on. It is. I mean, it's nothing but serious. We're talking about reverse polarity. Yeah. Ooh, tomorrow morning is the news. It's Thursday, so tomorrow morning, make sure you tune in for the news at 9 o'clock. That's on Dean and Fernando's Car Stereo Clips channel. It ought to be fun. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. What's the name of that wire kit? One more time, just because.
T-Spec.
It's going to be a T-Spec by Metra. This cool logo right here, but you can find it on Metra's page, or I'm sure they have a T-Spec page.
Yep.
But the part number is VSW1118 for the 18 gauge kit of 20 feet. And then we have the same model number, VSW1116, for the 16 gauge version of the kit. 5 conductor plus 1, 20 feet. All the tech flex, shrink tubing, labeled shrink tubing, ferrules, both red and black. Awesome there. Yeah.
There you go.
And there it's the Ford Flex. Whoa, that was neat. That was weird. Speaking of flexing, we got to flex on out of here because we have more cars to do.
Yeah.
And I'm already going on a 10-hour day, and it's only noon. Yeah, it kind of sucks. All right, guys, you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. And also, don't forget, you can see me tonight on the Hi-Fi Vega Network. Reverse Polarity. It's the most serious show in car audio. Ever created. And I kind of get to Bob Saget it up. God rest his soul.
Yeah.
I get to cuss. Yeah. Makes me feel good.
Out.
Flex out, bro. See ya.
Bye.
Now we're live.
Oops.
What are you doing?
Just
clean it off.
clean it up. Right.
All right. Here. Let me cut this. Put this away. The reason why we have these green ones is so that you can see them, even though nothing else in here is this color. But we keep them right here next to the table saw. But that way, they're always missing from here. At the end of the day, they find their way back. But throughout the day, they just kind of, yeah. You can call him, Paul. Lance, what's up?
The boss?
The boss. It is the boss. It is the boss. You got the sauce?
Because he's the boss.
No, I am the sauce. What's up, guys? So we've been working on this all day today. It's a Forerunner. And we put a customer's system in. This guy's been waiting for us to do this for a while. Drove over from Orlando. He has a JL Audio XD 606 and a JBL Bass Pro.
Mm-hmm. Under seat
subwoofer.
Okay.
I don't know what to say about that.
All right, so I'm.
You want to try to be more diplomatic than me on that one?
No, not at all. It's just not.
I mean, we've done a lot of these JBL little boxes. Like we did the Fuse. That's pretty awesome.
That was good.
We've done the spare tire, bass prub,
The
whatever.
Bass Pro hub.
And that was, we got 110 dBs out of that in the back of his car. We did that boom box.
Mm-hmm.
That stupid little boom box, and that thing was just like, you're not going to believe the amount of bass that's coming out of that.
This one definitely disappointing.
This one is somehow JBL totally screwed the pooch on this one.
I mean, all right, now probably people are gonna be like, oh, this is what I wanted. That's it, just that little thing. But
no, there's not even a little thing. I don't know. I was disappointed with it. Would you recommend wiring an epicenter and an LC2I directly to battery power? Constant 12 volts, yes. Because it's just like an amplifier. So yeah, the input is constant 12 volts and ground, and then remote out.
I would do a distribution block. Well, yeah, I mean, don't run all the way.
I think the question is do you recommend
constant
12 volts for those?
100%.
And the answer is yes. But yeah. Obviously, Fuse and distribution and all those
yeah.
fun things. But anyways, we
Do you even fuse, bro?
do you even fuse, bro? Let's see what we got going on in here. Grab a light. So underneath the seat here, hold on, I'll just come at it from the back. So he got the Pioneer, big Pioneer radio, big floating screen, 8600, chilling in the dash. You know, looks like, yep, one of those. I know that's, some guys love it, some guys don't. We'll get a better look at it in a second. And then up underneath the seat is the XD mounted. Oh, look, it's a comb. Ooh, gross. Oh, hang on. It was a comb. Mounted up underneath the seat, make an ABS bracket. This is very similar to the Forerunner bracket. It's just like 3 inches shorter, but that mounted that XD amplifier. XD or HD?
It's XD.
XD. All right, guys. We found out something interesting while doing this XD amplifier. Pioneer makes a 6-channel amplifier.
They just came out.
They just came out this year. We put one in, and that's why we know. It is eerily similar to this amplifier. Not saying that they're made identically. No, because we all know build houses are build houses. But it is the exact... It's scary. Yeah. So much so that on, which I thought was a unique feature on the Pioneer, but apparently JL's had it for a really long time. The gain knobs click. It's not just a it's like click, 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 click. On the Pioneer, yeah, sorry, did I say I meant crossover. Gains. My bad. The crossovers clicks. There's little clicks. On the Pioneer, you can count the clicks to figure out what crossover point it is. So like, 26 is 120. These are the exact same way. Because I was like, man, I mean, the layout is the same. The switches are the same. Obviously, the internals, we didn't take it apart to see if they are. So I'm sure the internals are totally different. I don't know. But it was like, same size. Oh, it was so weird. Now, the ends are different because the ends are the JL ends. Yeah. So, I mean, clearly they're not... They're not the same amp.
Not the same, no.
But they're very similar in appearance. Not performance, because there again, we don't know. We didn't take it apart, check power supply. We didn't look at the stiffening capacitors. Didn't do anything other than just, wow, these are... And we all know that manufacturers will knock off other manufacturers. And let's be honest, the JL XD line is a phenomenal selling line. It's a badass amplifier. So if you're going to copy something, I mean, you copy the best, right? But it was just freaky. I was like, damn, Pioneer is getting a little grab handy here.
A little lazy.
Yeah. What allows the subwoofer to be used in a small enclosure? There again, the motor structure. It's all about the motor structure. Do me a favor, slide that seat forward, and I'll. So, ideally, in order to make sound, you have to move air, right? A piston has to move up and down. The idea is to compress the cone, the whole motor structure, compress it down so that you still move a decent amount of air, and you still the woofer still has swing. So, for example, we just so happen to have, which one is this? Is this a Rockford?
This is a Rockford, yeah.
So here is the magnet motor structure for a Rockford T1 driver, and if you'll notice, it has these notches in it. And the reason why those notches are in it is so that they can push the woofer down into the motor structure, and then these are supports that come out to hold the cone in place. But the motor is punched down further, but that gives, it's like shrunk down into it. So yes, this is way more expensive because you're looking at a cut, and the magnet is inside. And this is the heat former, and it's like ridiculous.
Actually, this is the Tony Stark.
This is the Tony Stark. We have some other motor structures that are very similar to this, but yeah, there's a lot of tech that goes into it. The more expensive the driver, the more tech goes into it, the harder it becomes. That's not to say that's the only way to do it, but you still have to have something that swings up and down to make.
That was funny.
What did I do with my light? I lose my light again?
Really?
Yeah, I think
Leave it in there. Hang on.
Hang on, I'm hanging.
Hang.
How much airspace would you say best for 112 Rockford P3? I mean, you know, that's the nice thing on your website. They have a box builder, or they actually tell you. I think it's like a cube and a half, something like that. All right, hang on. So let's flip this camera around. So anytime you do one of these under seat mount, it has to be mounted firmly into the car. This didn't come with any metal brackets or anything like that. All it came with was these 4 screws. And so we made, there again, our metal bracket. It's underneath these back seat here, as well as there was a factory screw point in the front, so we were able to mount this. So this is attached into the car as firmly as we could get it, so that it will help to couple with the car. Because part of swing around. There we go. Part of what these shallow subs like this have to do is couple with the vehicle. They have to be firmly mounted in there so that when they shake, the car shakes, which helps to give you more bass. But in this case, it's just not helping.
It's not shaking.
It's not shaking at all. For speakers, he'd already put in some. Did he go with the power bass?
Power bass, plug and play.
Power bass, plug and plays, and he had some Kenwoods up in the dash that we had to rewire. It's kind of goofy. But how we ended up powering this system is that in these Forerunners, the rear speakers, the 4 rear speakers, are actually in series. So it comes out of the door. So it comes out of the door, goes into here, comes out, goes back there, goes over there, and then back up to the radio. So it's a true series. So we left these in series because the rear speakers, channels 5 and 6, are powering the rear. Channels 3 and 4 are powering the 2 power bass 6x9s, and channel 1 and 2 are powering the 2.5 middlers up in the dash, the Kenwoods. The cool thing about this amplifier, this JLXD amplifier, is the crossover goes all the way up to 500 hertz. And because it has the click, geez, oh man, this is not spinning around. Because it has the cool click crossover setting where you can just, if you go if you turn it all the way up, that's 500. If you go back 5 clicks, that's 350. So figuring out the crossover points for taking advantage of that 2.5-inch middler up in the dash was really awesome. I kind of like that. It was neat. You okay over there?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
But that's what we got going on today. Hey, Dean, I've been getting the audio control LC 4.100, and I currently have an epicenter on my sub amp. Should I keep the epicenter, or will Acubase do good for, no, okay, so.
Good job.
Yeah, no, keep the epicenter. They're 2 totally different things. They are not the same thing. They're different. How are they different? Acubase is designed to fix a stereo's factory bass roll-off. What do I mean by factory bass roll-off? This stereo here, this Pioneer, Kenwood, Alpine does not, but they have loudness. Loudness is a feature that they give you the ability to turn on and off in these aftermarket radios. And what it does is if you're listening to the radio at conversational level, meaning low, there's no impact to the music. There's no vibrancy to the music. So loudness is designed to boost bass and boost treble. But what makes loudness unique is that as you turn volume up, it actually rolls away. Because as volume gets louder, the tweeters of the bass and all that get louder, it's easier for your ears to perceive those sounds and make it your ear happy, as it were. The manufacturers do the same thing. However, when you're tuning a car, you want the bass to kind of be normal and go up with it. So loudness is a love-hate thing. And in a vehicle where it's factory, it kind of sucks because it rolls off way too fast. So Acubase is designed to go in, and you can use that to where the loudness starts to roll off, use Acubase to continue the loudness up. So it's basically like inverse loudness, and just keeps that signal going on a nice solid plane up into infinity. So that's cool. An epicenter is a harmonic restoration device. It looks at the frequencies an octave off of the frequency you're trying to boost and takes that energy and moves it to those lower frequencies. So, when you're listening to 80s rock or Latino music or anything that just has like a dum, 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 and you wish it was like, an epicenter will do that. Acubase will not. So those are why those are different. So there's a lot of situations where they actually have both.
All right. Going
All the way down?
No, any suggestions? My audio control ACM 4.300 amplifier squeals for 45 seconds when it powers on. With the speakers, try new ground directly to the battery and no difference. There's no input connected.
You have your signal connected to it though, and that's usually what's causing the squealing, is that your amplifier, I don't know what is causing your squealing sound, but typically you get a squealing sound from an amplifier that will usually replicate the music you're hearing, and or if you're just using a tone generator, is you're overpowering the input section of the amplifier, and you're hearing the components in the amplifier modulating and making sound. Most of the time you can just turn the amplifier down and that will solve the problem, because it's not really a problem. It's you putting too much input into it. And I say you as in general, not necessarily you. That's normally what causes it, just the gain up too high. If your gain is set 100% proper and you get it while using music, you may have something wrong with the amplifier. Take advantage of the great warranty that Audio Control has. Contact them and get it swapped out.
All right, I have a tweeter not as loud as the other.
Ooh.
And a mid bass with no sound. Same size. It's the same size. I checked continuity to my mid, and that's good. I have a D6 1200. What's my next step?
Well, if you have a mid making no sound, there's a problem there. And why they're not as loud is, it depends on how you have them hooked up. So if it's all active, you may have something wrong with the tweeter. When it comes to speakers, it's easiest to swap this. So if you're trying to figure out if it's the speakers or the amplifiers, it's easy enough to just to take the left speaker, put it on the right channel, and the right speaker and put it on the left channel and see if it moves. So if the tweeter in question that is quiet or stays quiet when you change channels on the amplifier, then that means there's something wrong with that channel. If it's a passive crossover and the mid and the tweet and the mid doesn't work and the tweet is quiet, that would be why, because the tweeter's quiet because the mid ohm load's not there to put the resistance into the crossover to make it that way. If it's full active, you really need to figure out if the speakers are bad. And there again, swapping from right to left with the output would do that.
Yeah, I'm about to try the automobile sub for the first time.
Ooh.
Oscar. No, let me know.
Nice. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. Let us know how it goes. We were talking about that on the news this morning.
Yeah. Is the micro epicenter a regular epicenter? Works the same?
Works identical. So here's a little secret that I'm going to just fill you guys in on the epicenter. About 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, they were going to shrink the epicenter down in size. But then another manufacturer came out with their clone of the epicenter. Mm-hmm. And because of that, they didn't want to shrink the epicenter down because they were afraid that people would confuse the original epicenter for this knockoff. So they kept the epicenter at its current size, even though it didn't need to be, because people were used to looking at the epicenter as it is. That's why they're still going to make the epicenter. Like, they're not changing the original epicenter, because there's plenty of people that will only buy the original epicenter. But the new epicenter, the epicenter micro, it's the same thing. They just finally put it in the size case that it needed to be. And actually, it's bigger than it needs to be because it has all the load resistor banks built into it. If you want to see what the inside of the new epicenter looks like, or the epicenter micro, you can check out the review we did on it back in November, I think. Maybe October. I I think it was October. We've had it since October. Fernando's been rocking it since October. I know. What a jerk. But we take the cover off. We show you the guts inside, I think.
Yep.
But yeah, no, it's the same thing. Does all the same cool stuff, just a better bass knob, because now you get the ARC4.
Hey guys, in your new tool RTA,
Yes.
what is the best app to use?
So we use the Studio 6 RTA app. That's the same RTA app that a lot of manufacturers use. Like when JL did their free tune app that you just put on the phone, they use the Studio 6. When audio control, it's the same app that you use to using the audio control. I test mic. Any RTA app will work though.
What are you talking about? A new tool that you have?
What's that?
You have a new tool?
Yeah, the iRTA 2. Oh, you're trying to be funny? So, anyways, any RTA app will work. We're going to do a video at some point that's just going to show you different RTA apps and how they work. Some of them have some really cool functions that like screenshots and stuff like that. That's pretty awesome. We just use the one we've been using because it's white and red and it looks really good on video. So we're doing it more for the contrast than anything. It's also extremely reliable. Like the Studio 6 guys are no joke. They make some really sophisticated stuff.
Oh, Mike.
So
Can I stay with you guys?
Mike.
Supposed to be getting 8 to 12 inches of snow. Oh my gosh.
8 to 12 inches of snow.
It's gonna cover me.
Yeah, no doubt. Like, forget that. That's ridiculous. So Fernando was convenient enough to grab out the iRTA. Head over to DNF Tool Drawer if you're not familiar with it, and or watch the video today on YouTube that we put out. We talk about RTAs, and also watch tomorrow, Saturday, on the Saturday show, 6 o'clock on YouTube, the 5-star YouTube channel, network, as it is. We're going to be doing iRTA stuff. Yeah. So we're going to be hooking it up and letting you guys kind of ask questions, see how it works, try to help you wrap your head around the two channels that it's capable of doing, what that might look like, and stuff like that. So we're going to have it live, powered, and running. So we thought we'd have some fun with that, just kind of take you guys through some of the coolness that is that.
For sure.
Still haven't figured out how we're going to do it, though.
We'll figure it out.
Oh, you know what? We might have to use this. And do top down. But anyways, yeah, so that's cool. Is this guy here?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought he was here. I thought you were getting all excited. When I got my LE Epicenter, it worked for XM satellite radio as well for making bass. Yeah, so it'll make anything have bass. It doesn't care. It'll work with serious. It works with any source you're feeding it, so it doesn't matter. How do you guys come up with the name Smash Force Productions? If you've ever caught the boring life of Dean and Haley, I have a daughter named Haley, and we needed to come up with a name, and like most things that we do, we're really busy, and we always somehow find ourselves at the last minute, as most people. Like, we need to do this today because we're going to fill out the paperwork tomorrow. And I had been thinking about a couple different names, but nothing was just like jumping off the page at me, which is kind of weird because a lot of the times things do. That's what's great about having Fernando as my partner, is that he will come up with great ideas that just need salt and pepper, and I'm a great salt and pepper guy. So but he for some reason was stuck on this one as well. We were just going round and round. Like, he came up with the logo like the next day for it, which is this guy here. The Smash Force Productions logo. Like, he literally had a version of that the next day after we came up with the name. And there again, it just needed a little bit of salt and pepper to refine it, add some little artwork to it to make it look more like a camera. But so Haley was sitting there, and I was just like throwing names out, and Smash Force kind of was born. And we threw Productions on there because that's what we do. We produce, the shows. And boom, there he goes.
Yeah.
The next boring life will be Haley installing her radio in her car.
Ooh.
So I'm hoping to have that out tomorrow or Sunday.
Hi, Morel.
Morel's in the house. JL Audio, TW3 versus TW5 versus Focal Flax. Thoughts? Dude, man, that TW5 is hard to beat, bro. I mean, JL, god damn. Don't get me wrong, the Focal Flax is a beautiful
I get confused with the TW5, TW3, TW6.
Well, they're all shallow. So
Well,
the
yes,
TW5 is the godfather of shallow subwoofers as far as like I feel that's the benchmark.
I need to JL to send me one of each.
I would just like to talk to JL. I mean, I'd like to just be in the same room as them and like kind of be like, hey guys, let's do a documentary and do cool stuff.
Crazy.
I don't want your products, but I just want everyone else to see
what you guys do for sure.
That would be a good vid. Yeah. Is there an HDMI upgrade design cable for the Stinger High 10 to fix the backup camera issues? I didn't know there was backup camera issues. Got to be honest with you.
Was a backup camera issue. What kind of issues do you have?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
More than likely, there's there again, tech support. Be who'd want to call them, and they constantly do software updates, so that's the joy of that. Will you guys be making a how-to on how to install an epicenter and an LC2? We already have the We already have the micro. The LC2i micro is already done. Like I said, we did that back in October. That's already out, up, and ready to go. We did that months ago. The LC2i Pro and the LC1i Pro are actually already done too. Those have been out for almost a year at this point. So yeah, they're all up. They're all done. Mm-hmm. They're out there for you guys to watch and have fun with.
All right. Shop install an LC7i on the 2019 Accord. Rear speakers are barely audible. Front and rear are the same brand. Size of speakers are the same. Fosgate amplifier. Did they screw it up? Configuration on the LC7i? Question mark.
Well, I mean, the LC7i comes out of the box ready to go front rear sub. Mm-hmm. That's just like out of the box. It comes that way. If it was a base model Honda Accord, which I'm assuming it is,
hopefully,
you would run. So here's where the LC7i gets tricky, and this is where a lot of people screw it up, is that they take it apart and they start trying to do jumpers because they don't really understand it, even though it's like a 20-year-old product, it feels like. Typically in the LC7i, in your car, if we were going to install one, we would run fronts into inputs 3 and 4. The reason why we do that is because the front has the most bass, and inputs 3 and 4 on the LC7i are what feed outputs 5 and 6, which are the subwoofer outputs. So outputs 3 and 4 would actually be front, 5 and 6 would be sub, and then inputs 1 and 2 would be rear, pass through 1 and 2 out to rear. So you basically would flip those two channels, and that would allow you to have, the most bass going to the subwoofers. Sometimes these guys get real creative and they pop the top open and they start doing jumper things. If I were you, I would probably just disconnect power to it. If you go to their website, you can download the owner's manual. It has all the jumper configurations in there. You want it set to factory, which I think is what the picture has. Basically, no summing. If they've summed anything, that could be why. They could like sum front and rear or something. It does, and you're having like a polarity issue where it's canceling out the rears. So
is the sport model? I don't know what's the sport model.
Sport model doesn't mean anything. We just need to know if it has amplified system or non-amplified system. That's it. If it's an amplified system, then you have all kinds of other issues, and then I don't know what they've done at that point, because if they tried to sum stuff, then they didn't know what the hell they were doing. They didn't hurt your car, but they definitely hurt your audio. Right. So, because that's not the right device to do that car. That is for sure. How far out are you guys booked? It really depends. I mean, it's kind of weird. I mean, really what it comes down is when you want to do it. So there's cars that are booked out like a month and a half right now just because they have to be on they can only come in on certain days. Whereas if you're more flexible, then you can typically get in faster.
Right.
But that's kind of what it is.
Bigger system.
Non-amp, got it though. You guys rock. Check it out. Okay, cool. It is a non-amplified. So then that's like the most straightforward thing ever. So yeah, you're golden. Those are like the dream Accords. Like if you come in and you got freaking front rear only, it's like we're gonna have fun because it's a no-brainer. But some guys have no brains. So I totally.
It's a no-brainer.
I like brains.
You know why they haven't eat you?
Say what?
You don't have brains. There was a movie about.
You need help.
Yeah,
Just. Anytime you say it was a movie, that's when you just have to stop the conversation because you will not know anything else other than it was a movie in the one line.
Yeah,
you won't know who the actors are. You won't know the plot of the movie.
Zombieland or something like that.
Zombieland did it have Woody Harrelson in it?
I have no idea who this guy is, man.
The guy that played the other dude in Venom. Carnage.
Oh, Carnage. Oh, yeah, he's there.
Carnage.
Yeah, he's there.
Okay, so it was Zombieland.
Yeah, exactly.
Stinger Tech said it's the HDMI cable. I stopped in and was told I'd get a call to have you check it out, but called a few weeks ago and he still has my number at the counter for when another unit is in. That's just it. There might not be in any units, so I don't know. I mean,
yeah, you already called, so
if you've called, he'll call you back, dude. Right now, getting radios ain't that's
radios. Yeah. What's a radio?
Yeah, exactly. Radio. Who's got radios? Nobody has radios. So, cool.
Yeah,
that's it. It's Friday. Hope everyone got to watch the news this morning. That was a lot of fun. JL can't be happy with the nearby shop that's always in the 911s. They probably are. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know.
They're probably cool with that. Yeah. They probably don't even care, to be honest with you.
What did you take on lithiums?
I don't honestly know enough about it. If I wanted to know, so I will tell you this: Kicker had the guys from Excess Power on, like sometime in November or December. I would go to I would go watch Kicker Unmasked version of that episode with the Excess Power guys. Fast forward through some of the dumb scenes. But after watching that show, if I was going to do anything lithium, it would be with the Excess Power guys because they spoke very
knowledgeable.
Yeah, very knowledgeable. Sounded very intelligent. Not that that's the barometer for everything, but you got to kind of go with faith here. I think if I was to do anything with lithium, those would be the guys I would want to talk to first. So my advice to you would be talk to the Excess Power guys because they seem to have their stuff in order. Hey guys, I have the Dayton DSP, and while doing an upgrade, the USB was unplugged and now the computer won't connect. Is there a way to fix this? I don't know.
Coding.
Because each manufacturer is different. Sometimes it will brick the device. Like on audio control, there's a backdoor process in order to get into it to reflash the unit to its original state. But typically when you accidentally have it power down and or USB connects, it's a bricked unit.
Grab the whole thing.
So at that point, I would reach out to Parts Express and see if they can, if there is a backdoor or if you just need to send it in and let them, send you a new one and or reflash it.
Yeah.
2020 RAM 1500 just installed audio control DSP and now I hear noise on speakers. How can I solve it? Kind of not enough information. There's a lot of things that can cause noise on speakers, like what did you do to integrate into the 2020 RAM? Did you use an Amp Pro? How did you get into it? Did you use high level? If you used high level, that could have something to do with it. Amp Pro would be the way to go. Hopefully you did that. But it's a tough one. I mean, don't know. Hitting the Mexican buffet for dinner tonight. Wow.
They are Mexican buffet?
Mexican buffet. That's what I was just saying. Where's your Mexican buffet?
Maybe no.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude.
Wow, that would be cool.
Dude, you'd be eating some taquitos all night.
I'll be there every day.
Hey Dean, Audio Dynamics is coming out with an auto-tune feature on their DSP. I did see that. Somebody sent me a link to the video that showed that. We'll see what it does. I didn't get a chance to watch the whole video. I got interrupted, so might be cool. Helix has a very similar feature built into it. Listen, the future is going to be auto DSP, guys. We all know it is because most people just don't. Most people just don't know how to set DSPs. Bye, Fernando. And with that, guys, we'll see you later next time. Bye.